always looking for kind of developer type folks as well as analysts. So when you think about my team, unlike an IT team that's just doing development, we're doing both development and analysis. So we're really at the place where there's a kind of a nexus between business and logic, marketing, development, as well as analysis work. So real quick about myself, like I said, Senior Manager, Global Marketing Analytics, and I joined Robert Half in 2013. So this is how my team is currently broken out. And what you'll see is on this side here, this is much more of the development side. This team's really focused on implementation, customization, and automation of our systems for data collection, as well as doing our ETL processes, data logic, and transformation. And then on this side, they're much more focused on analysis. They're taking the data that this team has either produced, collected, or transformed. Then they're really making sense of it. So they're working with our business stakeholders to understand what this data means, really kind of steward them and act as advisors. They also do in-depth analysis using different sorts of techniques, and they create presentations really to draw out insights that allow our stakeholders to make better business decisions. And that's ultimately what a marketing analytics team is about. It's how can I give you data and insights so you can do your job and make better decisions, save the company money, make more money, or really kind of optimize programs. So quickly, I can kind of talk about some of the tools that we're currently using. And this is not all the tools that we, in terms of the data that we're collecting, but this is what my team owns specifically. So when we're thinking about the more measurement and collection side, so SEO, my team manages the infrastructure for 19 different websites globally. So we're talking about roughly 2.5 to 3 million visits a month. And we're handling all that kind of. So for us, organic search, through Google, Bing, whatever, is really important. So we need to make sure that we have the right sort of tools in place so we can do both technical SEO analysis as well as content analysis to make sure that we're pulling the right people in so we can move them through our marketing funnel. Eloqua, for us, that's marketing automation, and people who aren't really familiar, that's automated email and forms. So you go to a website, you fill out a form, you have an interest in doing business with Robert Half, or you want to know more, you fill out a form. That gets you then in our system. We then automate an email stream, so you're getting emails based on where you are in your customer journey. So that's definitely a major data source that we're working with. We're sending out 2 to 3 million emails every month. So that's not my team that's actually doing the execution, but we're doing the measurement and helping them understand what's going on. Invoca for us, that's our call analysis tool. So let's say you go on our website. What you'll see is called dynamic insertion. It's a phone number that is unique for every single person that's on the site concurrently. That way, if you look at the phone number on the site and you call with your cell phone, I can then say, this person came from organic search or paid search. This was the keyword they used. This is their conversation. We then do machine learning on the phone call conversation. I can tell you if this was a client, if this was a candidate. We then grab the phone number that they called in from. We push that and we match it against our CRM. We're able to say, did this turn into a job opportunity? What was the revenue associated with it? How do we optimize our different programs? We then send a signal to either Google AdWords or other advertising systems, and this really allows us to close the loop. That's what we're in the business of doing, closing the loop, so we can allow the machines to do the optimization. We don't have to do it. That's really what we're trying to do here. FreeSpeed is similar to Invoca, but that's what we use outside of North America. Invoca is solely in Canada and the United States, whereas we have FreeSpeed in parts of Europe and in APAC, so Australia and Asia territories. Google Analytics 360, that's our standard tool for our web measurement. We, like I said, get roughly 2.5 to 3 million visits a month globally, and we're really using this to, one, understanding where people are coming from, what actions they're taking on our site, doing segmentation, audience building, and then using that to power a lot of our different systems to keep people moving through the funnel and turn out leads. So to power Google Analytics, we use tag management. Some people, what they'll do is they'll actually embed code directly on the back end. While that's fine if you want to be, it doesn't allow the agility of a business unit like mine. I'm then heavily reliant on IT to make changes to code and to really customize for me. Instead, what they do is they drop a snippet on the back, and then through a browser interface, we're able to set what tags are firing, what third-party tags are firing, and really be much more agile about the process. We don't have to wait for IT. So we right now use Google Tag Manager, but we are shifting to Telium. Telium is a more enterprise-level tool, so that we can push changes out to multiple websites at once, really kind of streamline our processes. Another tool that we use part of Telium is called Audience Stream, and really what this does is it allows us digital marketing orchestration. So someone comes on the site, they filled out that form that went to Eloqua, it turned into a lead in Salesforce. And then normally that would be the end of the story, we know someone did an action. But Telium can connect with Salesforce. As our people in the field work this lead, they say, you know what, this is actually a warm lead, they're interested in technology, and this is probably what the deal is going to look like. This will then talk back to the system, say, oh, this has changed. We can then trigger either email marketing, retargeting, anything we want. So this is a thin layer that's really going to allow all of our different systems to communicate. And so we're in the process of getting this in place, and it's really going to automate and streamline our processes. And then we use Visual Website Optimizer. We used to use Optimizely, and that's for our A/B split testing, multivariate testing, and personalization. We just switched over here, so we're in the process of rolling this tool out. We just found that we're going to get a lot more bang for the buck on this. One thing that's important to know for any sort of A/B testing tool is a lot of people, if you have a more complicated website, it's not out-the-box functionality might not do what you need to do, and so you need to have people with technical skills to really run these appropriately. And then when we're looking at our reporting and analysis type, we use Domo for our business intelligence tool. So really what Domo does, it does data warehousing, as well as allows us to do ETL processes, data transformations, and visualization, all within the cloud. It has connectors, so we can bring everything from our marketing stacking for reporting and analysis. This is definitely the most important tool for us right now in terms of being able to get data, to really democratize data and get it to everyone in our team. The more data we can get to people and the more reporting we can create and make sure that we're getting it to the right audiences, the better the decisions they can be making. Then we also have Google BigQuery. So when you think about Google Analytics, it's great for high-level, kind of aggregated data, what's happening on my website in general. But what's nice about Google BigQuery is it will give you hit-level analytics. So I can say this person went to this page, did this on an individual level. We can run SQL against this. We can create in-depth segments. It's a great tool. It's really powerful. It's petabyte level analysis, and this is what we use for when we want to do really in-depth analysis. That's part of Google Cloud, but we use Google Cloud separately as well. We're just starting to get into our own machine learning. We're using their machine learning as a platform service because I have some people that understand TensorFlow and can do Python coding. And then we're going to start to do that, to do predictive analytics on our website, understand maybe someone didn't submit a form or apply for a job. Who are these people? Well, we can then predict they're likely a client, they're likely a candidate. We want to give them different sort of marketing treatment. So that's definitely something it's a big initiative we're going to be working on. We're really not quite there yet, but we're just getting that kicked off. And then RStudio, or R in general, people on my team use RStudio, but there's a number of different tools you can use. R is open source, but R is great because it has really strong statistical abilities. And as long as you have someone that's pretty technical, understands R, you can do whatever you really want. Lots of different packages and libraries. So those are the general tools that I've used. And then another thing I want to talk about, some of the skills that I'm looking for people on my team. And really when you look at this, on this side, this is more of that technical team. On this side, this is more of the kind of analysis. But right here, this is something that everyone really needs to have on my team. And so starting from the analysis side, really understanding the statistics, understanding user flow. So I can't underestimate, if you don't understand the user journey and you can't put yourself in someone else's shoes, you're going to have a really hard time being a good analyst in a marketing analytics team. It's not just about crunching data, it's about understanding why people are doing what they're doing and how you can influence them and how you can pull actionable insights out. So attribution. Attribution, you should be able to understand what attribution is if you're going to interview for any sort of job like that. Attribution, when you're thinking about it, is how do we get them to the source and who's giving the credit for this action that happened. A lot of places will be on what they say is like a last click. That means whatever the last source was that brought them to the website, that's getting 100% credit. Well, that's better than no attribution. It's still flawed. But multi-touch attribution is saying everyone gets a little bit of credit as you get pushed down the marketing funnel. While it sounds great, it is very difficult to do in a really compelling